Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. OH up in this piece in the form of their digital vibrations. It's other half for those that don't know. Yeah, other half. Just honestly, not just with some of the best consistency when it comes to Hazie's availability where I live here in the tri-state area. And price point, it's usually typically damn good. I think I picked this up for around $17 a 4-pack. It is a double dry hopped Imperial India Pale Ale, and we're going to review it. What else do we have on here? We have, where's it made out of? I don't know. Looks like it was like 3 weeks old, maybe. It's 8% alcohol by volume. It's a Mosaic, Galaxy, Nelson Sauvin, and Mosaic Cryo Hopped Hazy, an Imperial IPA brewed with hand-selected blend of hops, giving notes of blueberry, mango soda, not just mango soda, passion fruit, wine spritzer, and mellow pine. Label-wise, honestly, label's why I picked it up. Geometric pattern wave forms are kind of my jam. So, it's one of those ones where the cap doesn't really come down, but we fixed it. We're all good. So yeah, OH. I don't know why I'm saying OH instead of other half. It's like literally the first time I've done it. I don't know why I look like maybe I have a light out over here. Yeah, just seems dimmer in here. It's actually light outside, so maybe that's what's throwing me off. So yeah, dig on a can. As far as the beer itself goes, we have what you'd expect as a New England style hazy as far as color. I mean, it's not super kind of dense or turbid looking, but at the same time it looks quite lush and full. Index finger, creamy fluffy head, nice orange with that little kind of lighter kind of edging going on it, so it definitely looks the part of a nice Imperial Hazy. Give it a whirl, the head comes back with a madness, a plum, all those words you want to use. Let's see if we can get nose. Wow. That is an intensely vibrant nose. Very much kind of tropical fruit blended with, actually it's across the board here, but knee-jerk I want to go like melony, tropical fruit, and stone fruit. Sure, you're getting your citrus, you're getting your pineapple, you're getting all these things on there, but those are the two like knee-jerk kind of aromatics I got off of it initially. But the big thing is it's jumping out at you. It's actually like jumping out of the glass with this big, huge, just juiciness. I mean, you're talking about something that's, 8%, so you want it to have this kind of richness, this fullness, this bigness to it. And it definitely delivers in that kind of sense. And it's not kind of afraid to be a bigger beer, which is great. It's a double IPA. It's supposed to be big. Yeah, just so rich and juicy. I mean, it's really hard to get outside of that kind of aromatic point and kind of go into any kind of grain. Again, hazy, other half. Not going to really get a grain kind of thing on it, but there's no kind of like big green component. There's no kind of precursor to bittering or whatever. It just is that fruit juice, that kind of dull canister, old school kind of fruit juiciness that comes off. Super stone fruity and, like I said, melony. I think we're in for a good one. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, that's nice. And it really does follow exactly onto the taste. It's a drop-it-all bitterness, New England style Imperial Hazy. You're not getting a big bittering nor a big green component. A little fluttering hop pellet green, but nothing too aggressive, nothing too big here. Mouth, I feel, again, it has a softness to it, a subtle lushness to it, but it's not, by any stretch of the imagination, anything turbid or big or hefty. And it really does fall back on that big fruit component that I was talking about. A little bit of elevated bittering on a second sip there, so maybe it's something that kind of builds a little bit. But again, we're talking about a secondary, if not third player here. And it really is about that fruit portion of the show component-wise here. It just has this kind of, again, I've talked about this before, and I'll bring it up again. If you grew up in like the 80s and the early 90s, if you ever had like so like apricot juice, pineapple juice, things like that at bars. They used to come in tiny little cans. Rarely nowadays you just see these kind of semi-opaque white containers full of fruit juice that people use as mixers. They used to come in these tiny little cans, they had like the old school kind of peel top to it, but it was like a metal, a flexible metal kind of, it's not plastic, but it has that kind of top, so it's not like a cracking open a can. You just kind of peel this kind of metal kind of tab off top of it on these tiny little 8-ounce cans. I remember them distinctly because my parents owned the bar for several years, and they would have in the house all the time, kind of randomly sitting around. And apricot and pineapple juice are like, that's what I'm kind of thinking here. And vibe-wise, is the way, excuse me, keep burping, that these kind of fruit juiciness kind of vibes kind of come off here, is that old school 80s, 90s small 8-ounce can kind of pull tab kind of fruit cocktail-y kind of things. That's the kind of fruit I'm getting off here. Maybe that's kind of hyper specific and a lot of you won't resonate with that, but I do. Super drinkable. You know you're drinking something, and this is cool, you know you're drinking something that's up there in ABV, but at the same time it's very, very drinkable. So it's kind of a little bit dangerous, but in a fun way. So it's definitely punching at its weight class, but it just ends up being a super drinkable hazy. This is really tasty stuff, to be honest with you. I can get on my soapbox and want this to be lower ABV, but I think, like I said, it's appropriate for its level. And just the amount of kind of juiciness. This is very much a hyper juicy beer. I think a lot of breweries nowadays are leaning a little bit back into an accompanying bittering, and I'm all for that. I dig that in a beer, but every now and then I do like that kind of traditional New England style, drop out all bitterness, kind of fruit juiciness, and definitely fits the bill. It definitely has that kind of nice, rich fruit juiciness that we all know and love from the heyday of New England style hazy IPA. It's still in the heyday. What am I saying? But yeah, very tasty stuff, and honestly, I'm glad I picked it up. Again, totally knee-jerk pickup for me because one, it's up $20. That works for me. And two, geometric pattern waveforms. Always in this guy's kind of wheelhouse. And honestly, probably one of the better Imperial Hazies I've had from Other Half. They can be nice for me, but there's a lot of, again, hitting below that weight class that comes with a lot of bigger hazy double IPAs, but Other Half is quite consistent, and this is probably one of the better ones I've had in recent memory. So there you go. I think that's all I got. Reviewing the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out through the social media stuff. Beer Massif, podcasting. Oh, we didn't do the other thing. Mount Rushmore status. On the outside looking in, really tasty, worthy. There's a lot of really good ones. Valued availability, off the shelf, sub $20. And if you like what we like this. If you like New England style haze, drop out the bitterness, bring all the juice, you'll dig this. So there you go. All that stuff down there we'll talk about now. Other Half, been to their breweries, the 47 breweries they have. Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? All that fun stuff down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying good hazy right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.